Hello plant lovers, I'm Nishat Subah from Bangladesh and welcome to Plantalogy. Recently, I'm dealing with a problem with one of my Epipremnum aurum or Pothos plant. As you can see, this plant is almost dying. It has lots of brown leaves, yellow leaves, dried leaves as well as dried stems. The stems are becoming dehydrated. It happened due to the lack of water. I actually forgot to water this plant and it has been underwatered for the last 3 weeks. Still this plant is alive. However, since the plant was out of moisture, it absorbed moisture from the leaves and stems. That's why it has lots of yellow and dried leaves. Though I have been soaking this plant for the last 2 days, and if you can see, these apical meristems or the starting points are bouncing back a bit. So I'm hoping this plant will grow again or will be get healthy again. So in this video, I'm going to share how I deal with such type of problem. First of all, I'm going to remove all these dried and yellow leaves. Then I'm going to uproot the plant and I'm going to check the roots. If I find anything viable, like if I find healthy roots under the media, I will repot the plant. Otherwise, I will take cuttings out of it. So let's see what is inside the media.
So, as I said, first I'm going to remove all the dried, browned, and yellow leaves as well as the dead dried branches. Now you can see these branches are still alive, they are thick and have enough energy to grow back. Now I'm going to check the roots because the root structure of a plant will tell you what to do next. So as you can see, these were the dried roots that rotted. Actually, the rotten roots you see here were first dried up due to lack of water, and when I watered back, the dried roots come in contact with water and ultimately rotted. However, let me remove the soils around the roots so you will get a visual idea about the roots' health. You can see there are lots of healthy roots. But the plant has lost lots of leaves and now overall it's looking quite leggy. So first let me detangle the plant and then I'm going to cut the plant into small parts. I'm going to take some cuttings out of them because I don't know whether the plant will live or not, but I'm pretty sure I can save it. Also going to separate the stems that have viable roots so I can grow them directly in the soil. As you can see, this plant has two leggy stems. I can directly plant it in soil, but I'm going to cut off these two branches, going to propagate these branches in water, and only will plant the base. Although this base has no leaves but has roots and many viable nodes which will push new growth. So I will plant these into the soil and going to propagate the cuttings in water. Pothos are very resilient plants. This plant was in extreme underwater condition, but it's still alive and there has a chance to save this plant. Pothos are very easy to take care of, even they can grow back from a single node. That's why when anybody asks me their pothos are struggling, I try to provide them appropriate solution, but also I suggest them to take cuttings and propagate. Because it's very easy to grow and by this you can have lots of plants. Then I put all the rooted stems into the water and leave them for a day to soak water properly. Because after repotting, as soon as the roots are growing, the leaves will wilt. So this pre-soaking will keep them hydrated. Also, I put the cuttings in clean water to propagate. All the cutting has 2 or 3 nodes. I have a separate video on Pothos propagation. You can check that out if you are trying to propagate Pothos cuttings. So after a day, I repotted these rooted plants in the soil. As potting mix, I mixed up 1 part coco peat, half part soil and half part compost. Now my plant had struggled for underwatering. That's why I have increased the quantity of coco peat, which will supply sufficient moisture and will keep the plant hydrated. But for the overwatered plants, try to use a more airy and chunkier mixture. Now I will keep this container in a cool, arable, bright place until I see new growth. I will water when the upper 2 inches of soil dry out. So this is the update of the plants after 3 days from repotting. The plants are started to open up their new leaves, as well as the growth points are quite steady and green. But still, I will keep this plant in the cool, bright place. Otherwise, these new leaves can wilt or dry out. After a week, I will gradually shift them in a brighter place.
So that was my video. Hope this video will help you. If I missed any point or if you have any suggestion or questions, let me know in the comment section. If you're interested in plants and gardening, then feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much if you already have subscribed my channel. I really appreciate your support and love. Thank you so much for watching this video and we will see you in the next one. Take care.